And their crew have their own ambitions, the fastest loadout on record.
My friend Opie's out with Guns N' Roses, and the phone will ring and go, oh, I loaded out of Vienna in 2 hours and a half, so when I get there, you know that you're going to go and beat him. Okay, give me 4 truck loaders on that dock over there. Take over one of these ramps. Hey guys, let's take this one down. It's ready. Keep it on the left-hand side of the dock, please. Load that one there. Put that one on all the white cases.
Instead of me starting the kick drum thing, right away start the intro to bells like baba, baba, boom.
Hey Jimmy, can you send them over to Guy? Thank you. Okay, guys, give me a couple of green guys here a minute, will you? Come here.
And then do the kick drum thing and get him going.
Let's take this through the front.
Do it like 3 times. Bang,
Take this through to the front. A year, you know, then the year becomes 14 and 18 months, and it carries on, you know. I think the only reason we're stopped touring now, actually don't think there's anywhere else to play.
The Nowhere Else to Roam tour added a few dates. Forget sex, drugs and rock and roll. The band's off for a few hours sleep. The crew loads fast to make an early morning ferry to Europe.
You know, we did a really, really stupid run after Milton Keynes. We went from Turin to Istanbul, then we went Istanbul back to Vienna, back to Athens, 1, 2, 3 in a row, 3 different countries. And it really was wipeout time. You know, the crew would come up to me and say, your bloody fault, you know? You should have said no. Forklift has just blown a hose at the front. A big one. The stage sucks. Major league. Somebody should give us a call when it comes to designing shit holes in the arena. Can't get any trucks in at the minute. For any reason. No cars, buses, hot dog stands, fish and chip, pizza parlor. So Jack's happy with that.
One last quick quibble over the snake pit costs charged to the promoter.
I wasn't happy about the difference that we should have been paying and what we were being charged.
Having guaranteed the band a minimum, the promoter keeps his eye on the bottom line as the expenses tot up. From police to paramedics and roadies to runners and stagehands, the one-day show cost a small fortune to mount.
As much as what we sweat blood for.
This is what it cost Metallica to play in Milton Keynes. £366,751.11.
But the promoter's jubilant. The gross was huge.
It's the biggest single date on the Metallica tour, bar none.
2 years of these, I trust these guys.
And he will get a tasty slice of the cake.
Now get back to work, you slackers!
And off they go in the ongoing story of rock and roll folk, from Istanbul to Tel Aviv, Athens, Belgium.
It's a soap opera out here, you know? Since we've been out for 2 years, we've had divorces, we've had separations, and just since Milton Keynes, a couple of people are going to get married. A couple of kids been born, you know? And there's also been, things where people have died in a family, you know? So, I mean, we've seen it all. Coronation Street on wheels.
Like a soap opera, there's always a new storyline. The crew disperses, one world tour ends, another begins. Production manager Jake Berry is off like a Rolling Stone with the Rolling Stones. And security chief Bob Bender?
I'm gonna take some time in Florida, stay with my children, and in August I have to go to Denver. There's a World Christian Convention in Denver, which I'm gonna spend some time sorting out some crowd control things for the Pope.
So fucking what? Thank y'all very much.
So I'm going from Metallica to the Pope in 1 month. I need a little decompression and adjustment area.
See you around, man. Maybe in a couple years. Fuck yeah.
The Pope pays well, very well.
Love you all. Thank you. See you.
He sells more tickets than anyone I've ever known. Huge in Los Angeles. You should have seen it. Cool. I was raised Catholic. I could look after his money.
Rock and religion may share the zealous adoration. Rock goes for the more earthly thrill.
Positively. Positively. If you feel warm and tingly down here, bingo. We did the job.
The buzz that you get by being able to actually go out and do what it is that you're supposed to be doing after spending so many countless hours doing shit that you don't feel like doing. It's a huge explosion for everybody involved.
Rock gods actually have a rather predictable 2-year cycle. Writing, recording, releasing, publicizing, then working the product globally to retain the fan base. Then doing what a star's got to do.
My purpose is just get on stage and flaunt it, basically.
When for a few hours, the strutting, preening, rock god fantasy seems a reality, live on stage.
The only thing that I go out on the road for is to be on the stage. They pay me for the other 22 hours of the day. That's fact.
You know, there's a big difficult part on leaving your personal life behind. I personally haven't had one in 10 years, actually.
You're in it. You're in it. You don't realize that it's happening. You know, the focus is taken off of, wow, look what we did. You know, you probably won't really look back on that until someday when it's really over, said and done.
In the first episode of this series, reference was made to the recoupment of television advertising costs by Take That's record company. We should have made clear that Take That have consented to any such advertising and that no more than half the cost of any television advertising is met from the group's royalties. We regret any confusion caused by these inaccuracies.
Now going out on the road is always fun. Visit cities, go wreck them, and leave.